Hey, what's up, Orbit Zone? Krazie here, bringing you something a little special. I know it's been a long time since I posted anything over here, but you know, life has just been kicking me right square into you know where. But all that being pushed aside, I'm back, and I got a special treat for you guys. We got the Rainbow Six PC squad, the undefeated pro squad here in North America. Had to throw that in there because these guys have been killing it here on this side of the pond. And I'm just so proud of these guys and everything that they did. We had to bring them on for an interview and you know, talk about how things are going. So guys, take it away. Tell us all about your squad and how things have been going so far.
Well, Krazie, thanks for the intro. Name's Kickstar, and I don't know, things are great. You know, North America scene's going well. We're looking forward to playing against the European scene. So far, we're kind of planning on taking it to Youngtis. But you know, we're not sure. Everything's kind of up in the air right now.
Canadian here. I'm the new addition to the team. Kind of doing well in NA right now. Mostly preparing for EU competition. That's what our main goal is. Not too worried about NA play style and whatnot. We're just trying to focus, make sure we're playing the right style for when we get to LAN to play against EU teams. And like Kix said, our main threat right now is Youngtis. They look really strong in EU, and hopefully we'll be able to take them on and give them a fight at LAN.
Now, before we get brought up to speed on everything that's going on with current events, let's take a step back for a couple of seconds and talk about Season 1. Of course, you know, for anybody that was not up to date on what on Season 1, the guys came out and just knocked it out of the park in Season 1, and that was where we kind of left things off the last time we touched base with these guys on YouTube. So talk about how Season 1 ended, and then bring us up to speed on Season 2.
Well, we did all right in the North American Pro League. We were pretty excited going into Worlds, but we weren't prepared. We thought we weren't prepared. The European play style was so much different that we just couldn't adapt fast enough. And you know, we learned our lesson, and we made some adjustments, and we're feeling a lot stronger going into Season 2. We feel like we can actually take the win this time at Worlds. But yeah, you know, we'll find out, I guess.
Well, the Season 1 was actually pretty much a fluke. Like, we probably should have won that game against Sifu. We actually took them on their best maps. We actually didn't do the map bans correctly. So you know, yeah, we weren't really that prepared for it. We had to analyze the maps a little bit more, go over each map like House. We messed up a lot of strats on that map, and we had to go over each map and learn everything again, just to, you know, be prepared more for the EU, because they play a lot different on those maps than the NA does, and they don't fight as much as NA. So you know, we just need to analyze them more and get used to their play style.
Yeah, basically our main mistake was that we tried to force out fights, and we really shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. EU's completely different than NA. They're extremely strat based, and NA's focused on fighting most of the time.
Yeah. Well, you play against, like, right now we play against a North American team, all right? Any North American team, name one, and it's the same thing. They're trying to force an angle. They're trying to force something to hold a lane or seize an opportunity that they don't need to. And that's what we were like when we started playing the game. That's what we thought was the right way to play, because it's how everyone around us was playing. And we learned the hard way. We learned going into Season 1, we learned that that's not how you play. You do not try to force angles. You do not try to hold something completely redundant just because there's an opportunity to kill someone there. It's not about killing the enemy. It's about winning the game, playing the objective. And that's what we learned the hard way through experience.
Yep, and we feel like we're a lot more prepared for, you know, the EU teams now. We've gone over everything. We've put in a lot of practice, and we definitely changed our play style.
Having picked up on these things coming off of Season 2, how have you applied them into your success here in the North America in Season 2, and have you seen other teams picking up on that?
I'd say we applied it pretty universally. I mean, pretty much every single team we play doesn't really know what to do with it, it seems. When we're not challenging angles that we don't have to, and we're not taking the fights to the enemy team, it they get really flustered, or they just don't know what to do, and they'll linger outside. Like, say we're defending, they'll linger outside for like 2.5 minutes and then rush in the last 30 seconds. That's most teams, not all teams, but most teams that we play against.
There's a couple teams that have tried like to adapt, and they picked up on our play style, and they tried to copy us. And there's a couple teams out there that actually are picking up on it now, because we scrimmed them a lot, and you know they're starting to adapt to it.
Well,
and
yeah,
that's why we stopped, you know, scrimming some teams, because they were getting a little too good, and trying to adapt our style. So
to be completely frank on the adapting to our style sort of thing, like in terms of strats, pretty much like every strat that we implement on a map becomes the meta like the next day after we scrim a team in North America. It happens just like that.
So you guys are very acutely aware that you're being scouted, and scouted heavily.
Yeah, I mean, when you scrim a team and they watch everything you do, they're probably even taking notes, I don't know. And then the next scrim you play on that same map, they're doing the same exact thing that you did. It's, you know, you pick up on it pretty fast.
Now, speaking of scouting, obviously you guys are leader of the pack here on this side of the pond, being North America. How much time and effort have you spent on scouting the competition on the other side of the pond, being the EU region?
we pretty much try to watch every scrim or every pro league match that the EU plays, and we sit down, we analyze each map. We analyze each site to see what they're doing, see how they're defending, see what their attacking style is, and we just try to break down each play and just go from there. And I feel like we're going to be a lot more prepared this time.
Now, you did mention the name of the team. I don't remember it. I apologize. What was the name of that team that you said you were most worried about?
Youngtis.
Youngtis, yep.
Youngtis. I do apologize, Team Youngtis. I was paying attention, but I was going to butcher the pronunciation, so I figured I would let these guys take care of that for me. But, touching base on Team Youngtis, what do you think makes them your biggest competition?
Well, we've analyzed their games, and the way that we see it, the way we see like their strats. When they're attacking, they know what site they're attacking, right? One of three things is happening. By the way that we watch them, one of three things is happening here. They're either A, completely random, and they have no strats, which doesn't make any sense because they're clobbering EU. B, they have upwards of like 4 strats per scenario. We're pretty sure that these guys have like just a plethora of strats for each different attack and each different defense, because it seems like European teams don't know how to adapt to what they do actively, because what they do actively, they're changing it every single round. And that's really frightening. The idea of a team that changes the way they play every single round is not, it's unheard of in Siege as of right now. When we lost in Season 1 at Worlds, it was to the same thing over and over again, and it was because we didn't adapt. Well, one of the reasons was because we didn't adapt. So, if the case be that they have set strats, multiple set strats for each different scenario, you know, that's frightening in of itself.
For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the Rainbow Six Pro League out there in YouTube world, let's let Kickstar and the guys give you the digs on how to get involved as a fan or even as a player.
At the moment, there's nothing to do since the season's ongoing, and I think 4 teams qualify or re-qualify from the current season. In the future, I'm not sure if they'll do the same format as they did previously, but if they do, they do 4 Go for Our 6 tournaments on Sundays, and then the top rankings in terms of the placements in each of them play at a bracket to qualify for the Pro League.
And I'd say any new team out there that they're looking for competitive play and don't want to play ranked or casuals, you can just make a team and go on ESL, and it's a really good opportunity to make it in the pro league. Right now, there's really not that much competition, so
Yeah, you could easily be
you could
successful.
easily, yeah. If you're good at FPS or you're good at Counter-Strike, you could easily make it in this game, and
I know a lot of
it's
guys.
a good opportunity.
I know a lot of guys who think like, ah, shit, I'm not good enough to go pro in this game, or these guys are crazy, stuff like that, blah blah blah. But honestly, if you've got a team of 5 individuals who have a common goal, you all want to go pro in a game, there's so much opportunity here. It's really the easiest thing. Just wait for season 3 to come around, play in the qualifying go fours for the pro league, and you could easily make it in. I mean, anybody could. A lot of the teams in the pro league right now are just a bunch of guys who got together and were like, yo, let's do this, let's just do this.
Yep. And then as far as watching, if you want to tune in as a fan and support, it's just twitch.tv/rainbow6. That's where the pro league matches are. The PC matches are every Thursday, and console is every Monday, I believe.
The line is being blurred between console and PC more and more as generations have evolved, and of course the consoles have caught up with PC, and of course we're talking about cross-platform play in a reality, so this line is being blurred. Do you see maybe Rainbow Six unifying as one group and having sub-tournaments with console or PC, or you see it basically staying 2 separate disciplines?
I definitely see 2 separate disciplines there. There's like hardly a relation. See, the problem is you can't aim with a controller the same way you can aim with a mouse, and that's not me hating on a controller. I think controllers are great for what they do, and I respect console, and I think honestly the console scene's bigger in this game. It's just too different. You've got if you cross PC FPS players with console FPS players, you're gonna get a lot of PC FPS players just absolutely destroying console FPS players. I mean, it's not because the console guys are worse. It really isn't. It's just limitations.
All right, in closing, guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me for a few minutes and bringing YouTube up to speed and everything that's been going on the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League side of things here at Orbit GG, aka Team Orbit. And of course, good luck going to Season 2. Is it Season 2 Worlds, gentlemen, or is it just another World Championship?
Season 2 Worlds.
Pro League Season 2 Worlds, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pro League Season 2 Worlds, of course, is going to be headed up in the European region once again this year. So you guys will, I'm sure, be traveling over there. We don't have any kind of confirmation of date or where in yet, guys. So that brings me to the next point. You need to be following Orbit GG on Twitter, so that way you can stay up on all the news. And of course, these guys' streams do get tweeted out quite often, especially when they're playing. So go hang out, show your support for the Pro League and these guys anytime when they're playing. And of course, we will check you guys out next time. Peace out.